Hi, today I am going to be talking to you about the story The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien. A little summary about The Things They Carried. Tim O'Brien, who is also the author, is the narrator in The Things They Carried story. Lieutenant Jimmy Cross is a part of this company where he carries different things as a reminder of love for Martha, who is a girl that he met back home and is keeping in touch with. He carries a bunch of letters she has from him, a picture of her playing volleyball, and a small pebble that he keeps located in his mouth, oddly enough. Um, Usually, after the days are done, he unwraps all the letters he has and imagines that she loves him back and thinks about all the things they could have together. Um, his mind is really wanders and thinks about her a lot and all the memories they have together and wondered if things would ever change between the two of them. The narrator also describes all the different things in the group that the men carry, from different types of guns they carry, other like personal things, like even one guy even carries marijuana with him to help keep him sane, I guess. Some other men carry like something from their significant other, such as a pantyhose that one guy has and wears that around his neck. And then there's one day, Ted Lavender was going to the bathroom somewhere and was on his way back and was shot and killed. And after that happened, Jimmy really took that hard and knew that he had to learn that he can't let himself get distracted by thinking about Martha all the time. So one day he sat in a hole on a rainy day and burned all the letters and the pictures that he had from Martha because he knew that she was such a distraction, and knew he needed to learn to focus more on his men. So for this, I chose a theme of being at war because Jimmy is at war with knowing there if there is love with Martha or not, and also if knowing there the fact that he felt like he killed one of his own men. So the story gives a great insight to what men and women go through emotionally and physically when they're overseas and at war. Jimmy deals with being at war with not only being in the middle of war, but also being in love with Martha and the fact that he feels like he was responsible for Ted being killed. Martha was a girl Jimmy loved and tried to make that known to her when they were together when they first met, but she really didn't care. She kept in touch with him as like they were friends, but when she responded with love Martha on a letter, he didn't know how to feel, as if it was real or as it was just saying love Martha as just like a closing remark. He was also thinking about her and hoping one day she would love him back, but as the war went on, he realized he had to stop focusing on her because it took his mind away from the men. Jimmy really felt this a lot when one of his men was shot and killed. He knew right away that he had to take blame for him being shot because he was the person who wasn't focused on the war and on his men. He was more focused on Martha and hoping Martha would one day love him back. So he knew he had to change his ways and the way his mind was and where his mind was at. So he had to learn to. So what he had to do was he had to get rid of everything that had to deal with Martha. Burn the letters, like I earlier said, he burned the letters, threw everything away, swallowed the pebble, which is weird. And he knew that he had changed his habits and paid more attention to his men. After evaluating this story, I noticed being deployed is the hardest thing anybody could have to go through, like emotionally and physically, and like any other emotions anyone could feel. I personally am right now dealing with a deployment as my cousin is stationed in the Middle East right now. And knowing we can talk to him and send him things that he has from home, he even has his Xbox there and plays that almost every day. So he, I guess, doesn't deal with what Jimmy and Ted went through, but he's also still somebody who's dealing with not being with his family every day. And so I think it just makes it easier for him knowing he has people he can talk to at home, and we can send him all different kinds of things, and we all deal with different types of things that we are at war with in our lives. We are at war with our schoolwork, we are at war with our relationships, certain sports or activities we can be a part of, and we all deal with it in different ways. But there's never a way to really get away from being at war with something in our lives today. Thank you.